With a vast, pristine wilderness where water from underground springs come right out of the ground, as pure as the driven snow, literally.
Oh, the sun beaming right through the falls.
It is no wonder that Mount Shasta is known as one of the sacred global power centers on planet Earth. The mountain really does have an energy that stands all on its own. The residents who live here draw upon the mountain's positive vibrational energy every day to help create their own unique, refreshing way of life.
I come alive in nature.
I am connected, and everything is connected.
Today, Refresh Quest explores the Mount Shasta Wilderness and works with a local crystal bowl alchemist that demonstrates an auditory show and tell from her unique and oscillating modality.
And that's what the bowls are all about, you experiencing you.
Crystal bowls will help awaken your inner spirit as your mind and body refresh on the soothing and melodic road trip to Mount Shasta, California. Refresh Quest is the search for refreshing travel experiences that aim to inspire and uplift the mind, body, and human spirit. With a team of like-minded friends, Refresh Quest invites you along the journey as we explore unique destinations, meet inspiring individuals, and gain empowering knowledge that will help us to create new realities and refreshing possibilities. Welcome to Refresh Quest. Starting the quest in Redding, California, we chartered a plane from our good friend Aaron Carter, who took us above the lakes, valleys, and mountains for a bird's eye view of where we were headed. Hey, check that out.
Yeah, wow. I think I see it right over there.
Oh, wow. Mount Shasta.
Wow. The mountain's literally right there. I almost feel like if I reach out, I can almost touch it. Woo-hoo-hoo.
See this? This is awesome.
If this doesn't refresh your spirit, I don't know what would.
Depending on what side of the mountain you are looking, Mount Shasta can have two very different views. Covered in snow year-round from the southwest, but almost barren this time of year looking from the northeast. Mount Shasta has two peaks, the tallest being Shasta, and its satellite cone, Shastina. Flying around and above the mountain's peak really gave us some perspective on the enormity of this awesome spectacle. We had an absolute blast being this close to the mountain, but now it was time to get our boots on the ground and continue our journey on foot.
Aaron, let's go ahead and land this bird. Woo!
Before reaching the city of Mount Shasta, we decided to hike a portion of the 2.2 million acres that help make up the Shasta Trinity National Forest, highlighting some of the scenic treasures along the way. 64 miles northeast of Redding, California on Highway 299, 6 miles north on Highway 89, we arrived at MacArthur Burney Falls Memorial State Park.
Oh, look at all the mist.
Awesome.
It looks like it's kind of snowing.
Burney Falls, once called the eighth wonder of the world by Theodore Roosevelt.
Wow, incredible, right?
Yeah.
The water is fed by underground springs that form above and at the falls, dropping 129 feet into a deep blue pool at the bottom.
We made it to Burney Falls! Woo!
Back on the road, Ray and I were visiting and passing through some of the area's diverse landscapes. The dramatic Castle Crags State Park. Pluto's Cave, named after the Greek god of the underworld to the north. A lava tube that stretches 1 mile into complete darkness. Cell phones don't get any reception.
Down here!
The McCloud River to the south of Shasta, with a well-paved trail that will take you along the lower, middle, and upper falls. If traveling north on Interstate 5 from Redding, about 53 miles down the highway, you will pass through the small, quaint town of Dunsmuir, which boasts to have the best water on Earth. A train town where the tracks follow the Sacramento River. The smells of autumn were in the air, and coffee. Following our sense of smell down Sacramento Avenue led Ray and I to the Wheelhouse, where we found a good meal, a sweet dessert, and a much-needed hot cup of organic coffee.
We are the owners of the Wheelhouse here in Dunsmuir, California. We run mostly a breakfast restaurant, but we do lunch and dinner also, and we love board games. We have the most board games probably in all of Siskiyou County, anywhere in between the Bay Area and Portland.
We're pretty passionate about the food and where we get it from. Make everything we can from scratch.
Yep. We found Dunsmuir to just be the best little friendliest town that was ready to be making moves like this. Well, that makes us really happy.
Following the Sacramento River 8.5 miles up the road from Dunsmuir, Mount Shasta is only a hop, skip, and a jump away. When I'm in nature, I love to immerse myself. By the water, or in a forest, or even in the air. I like to dive in fully and play. I always try to remind myself to exercise the child within, no matter how old you are. Being in nature is a natural human playground.
What refreshes me on a daily basis is exactly where I'm sitting right now. It's the nature. The land, the trees, the field, everything, the water is a navigation tool for me. In coming to Mount Shasta, it has been one amazing journey, and my creative forces came to the forefront, which I started painting labyrinths, 12 by 15 foot labyrinths for people to walk, sharing the labyrinths and sharing the healing work I do, which that makes my heart and my soul rejoice.
My name is Haruko Sasaki, and my artist name is Haruko Blue Star Child. To refresh myself on a regular basis, I go to sit in the forest in the Mount Shasta. And what I do is I listen. Every subtle movement of the animals, insects buzzing by the air, and leaves falling on the ground, and wind going through the trees, and I become one with it. And that brings me a happy feeling to remind me that I am connected and everything is connected.
A place where heaven and earth meet. Mount Shasta is considered to be one of the most sacred spiritual centers on planet Earth. We certainly were soaking up our share of good vibrations on this quest. The fall colors are still all around us. This is the last time that we'll probably see this before winter takes over and this mountain behind us becomes completely snow-capped.
I like hanging out with my family here. I like coming here all the time. I like going to the waterfall. It's beautiful. I love Shasta!
One last stop to quench our thirst before heading over to the Crystal Room, and we found ourselves at the local city park. 26 acres, covered and filled with flora and fauna, pines, firs, oaks, and cedars, just to name a few of the trees. Beautiful in here. Trails that cut through the underbrush and lead you off into every magical direction. But undoubtedly, the highlight of this park is the water. But not just any ordinary water. Home of the headwaters of the Sacramento River, glacial melt that has taken over 50 years of filtration through volcanic rock. Locals and visitors alike come to fill jugs for drinking and cooking. Now that is some clean tasting water.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers. Mount Shasta City is located just off Interstate 5, south of Weed, and north of Dunsmuir, California, only 9 miles from the base of the mountain. Because of the New Age attention this area has received over the years, the main boulevard is lined with crystal and rock shops. Our destination led us to the corner of Mount Shasta Boulevard and Castle Street, where the signs directed and led us to the Crystal Room. We have finally made it to the Crystal Room. You ready to get refreshed?
Sure am. Let's go.
Once inside, you quickly realize why it is appropriately named the Crystal Room.
Whoa, look at these.
Everywhere you look is an eye-popping specimen of immense beauty. Cut, polished, natural or clusters in every shape, size, color, or composition line these 8 enchanted rooms from the ceilings to the floors. And each one gives you the feeling as if you just walked into a completely different world.
These bowls are so big, you can play them with me or Ray inside of one of them.
Oh, wow. These are amazing.
Wow, this is beautiful. I feel its heart energy.
Whoa. That is cool. The Queen. Look at all these.
Oh, check this out. So this is Mount Shasta's serpentine. This is kind of like the trademark gemstone of Mount Shasta. And you can find this right on Shasta and in the nearby area. Oh, my favorite room. The bowl room. This is awesome. So many different types of bowls, colors, sizes. Each one plays a different tone based upon its size, its color, what it's infused with, gems, minerals, metals. Beautiful. Incredible. Wow.
Wow is an understatement and only used for a lack of verbal expression on how these bowls make you feel. Just the colors alone mesmerize as their hypnotic energy beckons you to help them sing. But to do that, we first need the help of a master. Enter Beverly Ann Wilson, an experienced bowl alchemist and guide of the Crystal Room. Always more than happy to share her many years of experience in this field of what these living consciousness do. Bev is a plethora of knowledge on crystals, gemstones, and minerals, and ultimately how they can come together to form a mix of color, sound, and energy for an ultimate refreshing experience.
The sound activates its chakras. The metals or the minerals or crystals activate their properties within that. Smoky is a grounding transformer. That's what Smoky does. Smoky's grounding it at the same time the bowl is like up here. The bigger it is, the more grounding it is, but the thicker it is, the higher it is. This is pink aura gold. This is gold on quartz. Feel this pink. There's absolutely nothing feminine about this sound. It's strong, it's solid, it's pink.
Wow, I don't know if this camera can actually capture what I just felt. Every time she was playing certain bowls, I felt like my eyes were rolling in the back of my head and I was like going into this trance-like state. I could feel these sensations running through my arms, resonation to my chest and really in my head and the back of my neck. So I feel really calm now and just serene.
All of the round bottom bowls are created with the Fibonacci sequence. It's the mathematical sequence of the spiral and the nautilus. It creates a holographic, holophonic field. This is the holophonic aspect of it. Those are multi-fields weaving. That's who we are. But this is your body teaching your mind what it means. Multidimensional, multi-fields weaving. Now it's not a thought anymore, you know it. And that's what the bowls are all about. You experiencing you.
You experiencing you. What a beautiful way to define this experience. One day may not be enough time to explore the crystal room in its entirety. Just being able to study and really appreciate even one crystal, much less exploring all the crystal singing bowls. It certainly can be a bit overwhelming. We had thought we had seen it all, until Bev took us into the next and final room, where the bowls play. Oh, wow. This is incredible.
Yeah.
Bev, I've never seen so many bowls before in my life. This is incredible.
Well, they didn't happen overnight.
Wow, amazing. Crystal bowls are a descendant from Tibetan singing bowls and are still used primarily in the same way, for healing and meditation. The sound waves help create harmony with parts of the body, mind, and soul. Bev sat us down and gave us a first-hand experience of what it feels like to have a bowl play in our own hands. I love this one. Now it's Ray's turn.
Part of me just left the planet.
I'm still vibrating.
Yeah, me too.
Vibrations literally go right up my arms,
Into your head?
into my head, and just swirl around and dance and play. Dance and play. So truth be told, you could play these crystal singing bowls anywhere, at any time, and have a magical experience. But being in Mount Shasta with Beverly Wilson raised the bar to a whole other level. Mount Shasta's Lemurian Bowl. Bev had explained to us that this bowl is able to open up a portal to the ancient sunken continent of Lemuria. If any bowl was able to open up a portal, I believe that this bowl could do it. The sound is very powerful, with a touch of heavenly royalty to it. You can't help but to be mesmerized by these vibratory sound waves that these bowls produce. I was instantly in a state of relaxation, and my mind and body were at peace. That's awesome.
It's how we play.
Somehow, the body intuitively knows these sounds. It is familiar with these waves of energy. It has felt these vibrations before, maybe lifetimes ago. So organic. But of course, that makes sense. They are made from organic compounds from the earth. So the bowls are just an amazing way to de-stress as well. For me, they just take away everything that, if you got anything going on upstairs that's bothering you, when the bowls played, I just feel like there's a release of all of that. And it's just about letting everything go, just allowing those vibrations to do what they do.
Well, we're water. We're a perfect receptor for it. Quartz is used as a transmitter in almost all our technologies. It's carrying the vibrational consciousnesses of the metals and the minerals and the crystals into our cellular knowing, along with the tone, which is doing its own work. And we're the place it happens.
Bev explained that the bowls are living consciousness, that they create their world, and that she just facilitates it. This happens through a conversation of what the bowls want to give. Bev gave us an example of this through a harmonic ensemble of what she called Earth-Star communication, an auditory experience that left us feeling calm, relaxed, and enlightened.
These two bowls are the living manifestation of what it means to align with ourselves or not align with ourselves, what it feels like, okay? So, you're going to come on to the other way, okay? Okay, ready?
that?
When we feel like a victim, when we claim our truth and we live it. When we're off center, when we bring ourselves into alignment.
Pretty.
And it was only then that they could be teaching us. And they call themselves Earth Star Communication.
Beautiful. Bev, thank you so much.
It's always a pleasure.
Thank you, Bowles, as
Yes,
well.
thank the Bulls, exactly. Thank you for picking up on that, yeah.
Bev told Ray and I to go have some fun. So back into the vibrational candy room we went to find our bowl that spoke to us. To play a bowl, 3 things are required: a wand, a bowl, and the desire to play. I have my wand.
Come on.
Let's see which bowls we like.
All right.
And I think that's probably the hardest part of the whole bowl journey, is finding the one that you love the most when they're all so beautiful. Look at this one right here. Wow, this is something. Lavender Sunset. I could be in here all day just playing bowl after bowl after bowl. This is a Imperial Topaz in the tone of A.
Citrine palladium with sacred geometry symbols on it. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Right now my whole arm is resonating.
It's a really pretty bowl. The sound produced by these singing bowls should move you and make you feel something. It is important to observe how the sound affects your body. You'll know when you find the right one that really vibrates with you in a positive way. Ray and I played so many different bowls, and each one gave us a completely different feeling than the next. I'm totally tripping out because these bowls are all calling my name, and they're all saying, play me. But I don't have time to play them all. But they are absolutely wonderful.
Super 7. Let's see what Super 7 sounds like. Really high frequencies.
It doesn't take long to learn how to make a bowl sing. That's the easy part. The real challenge is to try to stop playing once you have begun.
Serene.
It's spacey. It feels like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah. Has that dissonance between these two bowls.
Tiger's eye with a handle.
Nice. Hey, let me join you here.
Ray and I played every bowl we possibly could before it was time to get back outside and say goodbye to Mount Shasta. Spring Hill, a nearby trail that takes you on an incredible scenic view of the mountain and the valley below.
So what did you think of Beverly Wilson and her crystal singing bowls?
My gosh, I've seen lots of people play bowls before, but she and her bowls are something else.
I think so. I think bowls might be my new favorite modality. This is another epic journey in the Refresh Quest saga.
One of these days I'll never forget.
And can't beat the view.
The view was worth 1,000 words, but as the sun set, only a few of Beverly Wilson's words of wisdom kept coming to my mind. This is you, experiencing you.